Yeah. Another Thursday night.
It's cold.
Another Carvers and Creators. Hello and welcome to Season 2, Episode 12 of Carvers and Creators, a weekly demonstration and discussion with pumpkin carvers, sculptors, and multi-talented artists. We ask that you please consider giving us a like and a follow on the platform you're watching us on, and let us know in the comments where you're watching from, and if you have any questions for the carvers and our special guest. My name is Michael Mondragon. I'll be running the show, moderating comments, and chiming in from time to time. Let's meet the Carvers. First, he is an artist and sculptor from Boston, Massachusetts, and he is the 2019 champion of Food Network's Outrageous Pumpkins, Paul Dever. Welcome.
Happy Thursday, everybody.
There he is.
Yeah, thanks, Paul.
Listen to the crowd go wild.
It's good to be home, but I do miss you guys in Chicago.
Yeah, miss you too, buddy.
And carving live today at a night of 1,000 jack-o'-lanterns at the Chicago Botanic Garden. He's a multimedia sculpture artist from Tucson, Arizona, a finalist on Halloween Wars 2019 on the Food Network, Matt Harper.
Hello, everyone. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday from the Arctic.
So good to
Thank
see
you,
you.
crowd. The crowd went nuts for me. Thank you,
They
crowd.
really did. That was outstanding.
They always do that, though.
And our returning guest for the second straight week. He's a pumpkin
There he
carver,
is.
painter from Putnam Valley, New York. Please welcome John Davis.
Johnny D.
How's everyone doing?
Same crowd.
I know.
Johnny.
So much enthusiasm.
And
Yeah.
Mickey, we are so lucky because not only are we here where Paul just was last week, we get to hang with John Davis, but we also get to hang with another amazing artist who I'm actually standing with right now, Steve Jonceau.
Hey everyone.
Whoa.
Hi.
There he is. There he is. So we're totally gonna get
How
to
you
the
doing?
reel and do all that fun stuff. Oh wait, my face is kind of getting red.
Good,
It's
good,
cold.
good.
It's not
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, it's too
but-
cold.
Yeah, so we're gonna spend a little bit of time. I'll show you guys. I'll give you a quick little run through of all these millions of pumpkins we did. He's working on a great big Godzilla,
Looks great.
and it's amazing. It's right now. It's rough stages, but it is going to be epic because he's going to have all those giant teeth. So there he is. He's going to come closer. Come
Definitely
closer.
reading.
Can I see you?
It's starting to read like Godzilla big time. Love the eyes.
I was Ninja Turtle and like a monkey for way too long.
You'll get Santa.
Yeah, so-
Somebody will say Santa tonight.
Santa.
Yes.
We got lion. We got all kinds of things.
Yeah.
So I'll definitely one cool thing about our idea tonight is to walk through, give people who aren't as lucky as everyone in Chicago who got these tickets 3 months ago, and they're sold out. Long since sold out here. You can't get here anymore unless you get scalp tickets in the parking lot. But that's something we don't want to know about. But we're gonna go and we're gonna visit Rachel on the way, and then we'll go back to where John and I are carve some more. But so I don't want to hold up the show. I know there's some rituals we got to get to. Although I can't toast with you, I will later this evening imbibe. But Mickey, I'll turn it back to you. But yeah, this is so fun. I'm so glad we're here.
So fun.
Thanks for stopping by, Steve.
Yeah.
So good
thank
to see
so
you, man.
much.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. Hey, Mike.
Hello, hello.
Hey, John.
Oh, he knows.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey, John.
I'm looking forward to seeing you later, too. It'll be lots of fun.
Yeah,
All right.
we should just hang out
It's been a while.
for like a 12:30 meeting.
Right, sounds great.
Maybe.
A lot of late
Sounds
nights.
great.
Chicago. A lot
Yeah.
of late nights.
Yeah.
Long
keep
days
it.
carving.
I'll stick around.
Yeah, so this
go ahead,
is
Mickey.
behind the scenes. So the nobody's in there yet, right? They're about a half hour or so, right?
Yeah, we're about 20 minutes, probably a little more than 20 minutes from the guests all arriving. They show up here at 6:30 Chicago time, so we're early for that, which is phenomenal because there is no such thing as a sneak peek that you guys are getting right now in the world. So we're taking you really from the front where everyone comes in, and then we'll kind of walk you down this path, and I'll give you a quick look at the each one of these things were carved by hand over many days.
The special
there's over-
jack-o'-lanterns.
Yeah, isn't
Yes.
that special?
Yes,
Carved by hand jack-o'-lantern. In other words, they're not foam. They're not machine made or something. But all of these things, and there's over 1,000 of them are here. And then you get to run across cool sculptors like this and see what they're doing too. But yeah, and I'll walk you through the show. Some of the coolest part of what you're going to see too are little glimpses at things like this. Rachel and the team in New York make these amazing art pumpkins that they're sculpted and painted, and they're just absolutely amazing. And the darker it gets, the more they glow red.
Don't touch.
So you guys get to see that. But don't touch. Ouch! It burned
Harper.
my hand.
Damn it.
Okay. And it's a beautiful setting too. We're at Botanical Gardens. It couldn't be more, pretty.
It's really one of the most beautiful places I've had the pleasure of visiting.
Oh my God.
And it's
I can't stop looking around and taking pictures of flowers and stuff. That's so me.
It really is. One thing I say about Matt Harper, he is a botanist.
He loves his flower pictures.
That's awesome. Well, yeah.
Right, so
Maddie, you got
at it.
a little bit of warm weather. I think the warm weather's leaving, from what I understand, though, right? So your Arizona blood's going to get a nice taste of
thank God for layers. I got a blast of it. Warm, nice weather. We were in t-shirt and pants yesterday. Today's, caps, gloves. I don't own thermal underwear, so I'm just gonna have to suffer if it gets any colder than this.
Oh, you really are gonna suffer.
Yeah.
You can go to the mall across the way there. There's a good mall that has some warm clothes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Man, look at all these great people chiming
Right?
in. I'll send that Arizona heat this way. I saw some folks from Arizona jumping on.
Yeah, McFrazzle stash. I did. I stole the warm weather and brought it home.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah. So just to reiterate, what an amazing event. When I first started doing it, when John and I first started doing it, I should say, it was only 1 week. And it was so popular that they added another week. And through the pandemic and everything, just to make sure that everybody was safe and comfortable, they made the trail so much longer, and it added more artwork, and it's really become a special place for us once a year to just be part of it. Great people in Chicago. The garden staff are amazing. The crew.
Absolutely.
Night of 1,000 Jack-o'-lanterns, great show from Mike and Tom and Kay, Rachel. We're about to see great group of people to work with.
Yeah, couldn't agree more.
It's like an adult playland if you like playing with pumpkins.
It's like a really difficult art camp.
Yeah,
yes,
tough art camp.
Yeah, but it's great.
Tough art camp.
I mean, every year this is honestly such a highlight of the season for me personally. I know it is for a lot of everyone else, most of everyone else here, but it's great to be able to work with so many talented artists and just kind of make some awesome stuff and get to kind of show thousands of people every night what we do. So it's super cool.
Yeah, I love when someone comments and says, "I didn't know you could do this," and it's like, wow. Really, you gotta get out more.
It's super special, that's for sure.
It is. And you know what? I'm glad to do with that crew. It's a great crew.
Okay.
Matt, I'm so happy that you're a part of it. You get to experience.
Paul got me this gig, so I can't thank you. I mean, you introduced me to Tom, and
you got this yourself. I mean, Mike, I think on the show last year, Mike Pollock, he was trying to get you live on the show.
All right, I'll give him some of the credit, but you helped push me over the edge.
Well, no. Behind the scenes, I take all the credit. You know that.
Well, I'll stir in a little bit of satanic talent that I was able to amass as a child.
I mean, your talent had something to do with it, I guess.
Well, you take the credit now. You can give a little bit back when you're ready.
In bits and pieces.
I'm so happy. I wish I could be there with him. I'm flying out to New Mexico tomorrow, and my layover is in Chicago. I almost wish we had separate tickets so we could kind of overlap and visit, but we'll
we'll run to O'Hare. We'll run to O'Hare and meet you in the bar in the lobby.
Sure, yeah, Blackhawks bar. That's pretty good.
We could get some Cinnabon for lunch.
Ooh,
that's right.
That healthy road eating. Burger King and Cinnabon. So nice. Such a good event. It's starting to get a little dark there.
What should we do next? Should we bring on the fourth member of Carvers and Creators, or should we go to our toast, or what should we do?
Yeah. Because I got to admit, I was so busy last week. I didn't finish my car from the prior week, so there's nothing to show. So and I know Paul was here, and then let's jump to the fourth member, and then that way we can start figuring that out. What do you guys think, Paul?
I agree 100%. We shouldn't break tradition too much now that I'm home with said wheel, because I covet it and don't let it out of my sight.
Yeah.
I would gladly spin the wheel.
He
Yeah,
sleeps
well,
under
we
with
skipped
it
the
under
wheel
his
last
pillow.
week, but we're gonna do it this week. And so, Paul, you want to take the honors?
Sure. Well, happy Thursday, everybody. Thanks for joining us. This is a confusing but fun and challenging show to do live, and it's so far so good. I'm very happy with it. This is The Wheel, as most of you know. If you don't, welcome. This week's categories are going to be Conjoined Twins, Ghost, Clown, Zombie, Aquatic, Classic Monster, Guest Choice, From Outer Space, Primate, or Devil. And our second spin will include either repulsive, sulking, hysterical, suspicious, irritated, drunk, grizzled, perplexed, euphoric, or charismatic.
Those are great emotions. I think I have all of those emotions every day. By the way.
Yes, I run through the gamut. Okay, so let me move some stuff out of the way and give this the whole Price is Right spin. Here we go. $1, $1. I
No whammy.
Hey, before
God
the show
damn
started,
it.
I said
Or
Conjoined Twins.
doggone it. Conjoined Twins.
Oh my!
Wow.
That's the hardest one.
No, it's the easiest.
You think?
Sure it
Oh,
is.
it's
It's the
terrible.
easiest
It's
one.
awful. It's awful.
Oh, thank
Okay,
you,
well,
Brandy.
we're doing Conjoined Twins. Thank you.
Oh,
You do two
great.
Good
emotions?
Lord.
Well,
Two
the good
faces
news is,
mashed
honestly,
together.
I don't think I'm finishing mine either because I can't be up all night. I got to fly out early in the morning, so I'm going to give it the old
you-
college try, though.
You got it, Paul.
And let's see.
Okay.
Let's see what. Oh, this wheel's.
What's
gonna
this?
come
What are
flying
these
off.
Conjoined Twins doing? We might have to spin it twice for two faces.
It's a suspicious conjoined twin, so he could be suspicious of his
Oh.
other twin. That's a really good
I like
emotion
that.
for that.
Okay.
All right.
Me like
Look at that.
Okay.
That's a good one. That's a
good.
really good one.
A suspicious conjoined twin.
Yeah, I'd like to
Yeah.
see what you're going to be able to pull out.
Oh Lordy! Thank God
Well,
for big
Steve,
pumpkins.
I
can
know
put
you could
two whole
finish
faces
in
on
one
it.
night. I know that for sure. You could finish that in one night.
No problem. No problem.
Speed.
Yeah, he's
Carver.
gonna make a suspicious conjoined Godzilla.
Yes.
We're gonna conjoin it with this yellow pumpkin. Maybe we'll conjoin it.
Nice. Just
And
get
by
out
the way,
super
if
glue.
you don't follow Steven. It's that.
Everyone.
Everyone go to Instagram and follow Steven right now. He's an amazing artist and he's an amazing painter too. If you have a QR code on your phone,
You got-
oh, too late for that.
Oh, move it a little down. Move it down a little.
Little down,
there. Yeah.
little down on that,
Little high.
Matt.
Down. There
Down.
you go.
Perfect.
Boy, Steve,
Oh,
you get
okay.
all the likes. I'm telling you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I appreciate what you guys are doing.
Well,
Yeah,
I'd
it's
like to
pretty
just
awesome.
throw something out there. Steve is a great pumpkin carver, but he is an even more amazing illustrator. He
Oh
is
my God.
super
Thank
talented illustrator.
Thanks, guys.
It's crazy. It's actually
Wait
depressing.
do you
how
see?
good he is.
Yeah, if you haven't seen his paintings, yeah, you got to see it. Well, this light is washing me out, making me look like a big fat
Yeah,
pig.
yeah.
Yeah,
There
it's
we
the
go. Now
light.
I'm really handsome again. It's the
Oh,
light.
That's good.
Oh, look, everyone, here's Kay.
Hi,
Say hi
Kay.
to Kay.
Ooh,
She helps put on the show with Tom.
Kay is a big
And
part
here
of the
we are.
show.
We're
Couldn't
about
have him
how many
without him.
minutes away from TT minus?
T-minus 15, I'd say.
Oh God,
Is it 6:13?
that means people will be
10.
walking by me.
Bum, bum,
Your
bum.
station.
Oh, back to your station. Battle station. Okay.
get back to
Are you
work.
signing me off?
I'm signing you off. I'm going to go over to see
All right.
Rachel.
It was good seeing everyone. Thank you for
seeing
the
you too.
compliments.
Best of luck
Thank you.
tonight, Steve.
I
Kick some
appreciate-
ass.
Thank you. I appreciate the show, guys. I'll
we
Thank you.
appreciate
keep
you,
Thank
watching.
you.
All right. Talk to you soon.
All right, we'll talk
Great.
to you.
We're good.
I'm good.
Great artist, man.
Okay.
Really good
And we're all
artist.
sharing earbuds.
Great guy,
Yeah,
too.
we're
Great people.
sharing
We're
earbuds.
family.
That really that says family, like sharing earbuds. Oh, it's really spooky.
Yeah,
where I
and
go.
it says ear infection, actually.
Okay, I'm gonna turn this camera around so you get a little sense for where I'm going. Walking
Just
down a path
tease.
here.
Just a wee bit of a
Tease.
tease.
Lots of jack-o'-lanterns lining the path. Amazing
Oh,
foliage. It's getting dark here, so if you start freaking out, don't get too scared. These are very scary.
Ooh, you gonna walk by the hula hoop artist?
I think I am. I don't know if he's set up or not, but there's a guy on stilts
Well,
that's over here
don't
somewhere.
don't call her a he. That might
Oh
not be-
dear. Yeah, so beautiful work. These
Great
especially.
job on those jack-o'-lanterns, Matt.
Hey, you got it.
That's a lot.
I tell you what,
1,000.
carving 1,000 jack-o'-lanterns in 2 days is bad on the human soul. I found out,
And the hands and the back.
and the hands and the back. And you take a tall guy like me, and you hunch me over a table for 8 hours, and it makes me very sad inside. There's
Yep,
music.
that's all over. Now it's the fun part.
Yeah, so this is more of the path. You guys are all walking with me and enjoying this frigid weather.
Look how beautiful it is.
So in the certain areas, there's just themes. This one's like what was made in the state of Illinois. So candy was invented here, vacuum cleaners, the modern dentistry, and they're all depicted on these really cool big art pumpkins that I can't spend too much time on because I got to get to Rachel. But this is all really, really cool stuff. And then again, just the grounds here. You can't really see them too well, but it's just
You could get lost
insanely
so
nice.
easy. If they don't
Yeah.
block up certain paths, you would get lost. It's
Yeah.
unbelievable. It's so expansive.
So many kids. I mean, I can't tell you. Yesterday it was wonderful because there's everybody has kids, and there's either grandmas with their grandkids or a lot of parents with young families. It's just so fun to see. Oh, this is kind of cool. You'll like this. This is like they're kind of all tucked under the tree here, so it's extra dark and scary.
So spooky. Spooky.
Yeah, but no, this is so worth. If you ever get a chance to come and see this, it's we're coming up on a really open area again here, but I guess you have to get the tickets long in advance, and even then they're hard to get. So very beautiful grounds. It's a nice fountain.
It's a great date night. It's a great like after work event. It's awesome for the kids. The kids get dressed up, and
Yeah, and we're about midway through, and right over there you can see there's a bar where they have like hot cocoa and hot beer or cold beer probably. And now we're going to go to see Rachel Colby.
Rachel Colby. Rachel's outstanding.
Okay, so I'm gonna spend a second or two before we talk to her, looking at her amazing artwork. So here's one from this year so far, the three bats.
Ooh, the bat is looking pretty nice still.
And if you look at her artwork here, it's just mind-boggling. Those are actually on pumpkins, and we'll see her in action in a second. And here's one that I love too. It's her Venom from this year so far. And this is insane because these are big pumpkins, okay, and they're lit from the inside. And now she's actively at work. So here, Rachel, if you don't mind, I'll give you one of these so you can hear the boys. That's a right. Left ear. Yeah, you got it. And then there's Rachel.
Hi, Rachel.
How are you guys doing?
Good. What you gonna do tonight?
Okay, so on the film here, you'll see there's Paul. That guy in the middle is somebody I can't remember, John something. And then Mickey's down at the bottom. He's
Hi.
MC.
Hi guys, doing a scene from Halloween with Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh.
And, Michael Myers.
Oh, right on.
Michael Myers is reaching through the door, and there's poor
just
Jamie
getting
Lee.
started on it. Hopefully by the time the prep comes, get a little more done, and then we get to see how they're made.
Yeah. So tell us about your process, because people are now what we do with this carved pumpkins. That's one process, clearly peeling away, but this is you've kind of drawn this on the outside. Then it's a matter of painting, then sculpting, right?
Yes. So a lot of times, if it's a more complicated piece, might use a paper stencil just to get some shapes down, or the shape down. And then once I rough that in, I'll go in and fill all the details with paint and kind of fix any warping that might happen in the stencil. Then once I'm happy with all the paint, I'll go through and carve out all the light portions. So what will happen is, since the paint is left on the pumpkin and it's very opaque, it'll stay dark and everything carved out will be lit up.
Cool, huh? Yeah.
Matt, they make it sound so easy, don't they?
Yeah, it's that easy.
No big
And I
deal.
can see you're
Just paint a
starting to do some.
masterpiece.
And I'll move to this side. You can see she's starting to do some painting in the hair there. See that? The glass is breaking. It's so cool. I mean,
show the
a lot of
show
people.
the Squid Games.
Yeah, here's Squid Games, and that one's a mind boggler too, because it's just
So
and it's
much
those
work.
spaces. It's so great.
This is speed carving too.
Yeah.
Get about 4 or 5 hours per night once the crowd's here.
Ideally, how long would you want to have to get one perfect?
Perfect could be anywhere like 6 to 8 hours
Okay.
Between all the different steps. So
Okay.
The thing is, you can start the drawing and painting portion before cutting into it. But once you cut into it, that's when you have to start planning for it to rot.
To rot, yeah. And then people always ask this question: Do these last less or longer than other carved pumpkins, or do they last a little longer maybe?
They
Because you're
last
not
about
going
a
as
week,
deep. About a week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the thing is, the insides are hollowed out.
Oh
So,
yeah, that's right.
yeah.
Let me show. I'll show that. So
On that one back there.
yeah, on the back you can see that they're going to be lit from the inside, but so they hollow out the inside, so that keeps that clock really ticking.
Yeah.
Huh? Okay.
Yeah.
Here's another one. Oh my God, they're so cool.
And the one I did the other night, last night for the Chicago Sky is right over there.
Okay.
Congratulations
Yeah, and Rachel
to the Chicago Sky.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, the
congrats to
Chicago
those
Sky
ladies.
won the WNBA. She already did a beautiful pumpkin and we got some good press, right? You got a bunch of
Yeah, they were looking to post some things about it, and people were super excited
Yeah.
when they saw it.
yeah.
That's awesome.
So cool.
Yeah.
Well, we know you got a lot of work to do, so I just wanted to come by and say hello. But thank you so much for letting us kind of invade your spot
Oh, no problem.
and chat with you a little bit. So we'll.
Well, good luck on your card today.
Thank you. Thank you. Awesome.
Good night, Rach.
Good
Great
night.
Rachel Colby, everybody. Follow Rachel on
Yeah.
Instagram.
Yeah, where can we follow you? I guess I'll look at your thing out
No,
there.
Mickey's
Okay.
already got it up on the screen.
I got it. I got up
Rach-
on the screen.
Mickey already has it for you. We're on the screen. All right. Thanks, Rachel. Okay. We got people coming here. Okay.
So
How are we
yeah,
doing?
now you
Wow.
got the sneak peek
start.
behind the scenes of the amazing Carvers so far, and then you're gonna get up to see the I like to call it saving the best for last because I share the booth with them, but the
That's
great
right.
John Davis with the great Matt Harper.
Yeah. So let's check out what John's doing while you walk back, Matt.
Yeah, perfect. I'll see you guys in a second.
Okay.
All right, sounds good. All right, let's look at that.
It's beautiful, right?
It's almost done. What are you doing? Is that a tennis ball or a softball?
No,
There's
No,
a
it's-
round pump.
I was thinking one of those batting cage rubber balls,
Yes.
those yellow ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Super round, huh?
So what I'm thinking, I want to do like a kind of like a dopey, cartoony face, right? And I've got another pumpkin over here, so I might cut off, probably
nice.
close to half of it, and try and like mount it somewhat flushly, like up in the corner.
So
So that I can, I don't want to do real conjoined twins. So I'm gonna just try and like have a whole head sticking out, right? And then I'll be able to kind of carve into both of them at the same time. So I think that should work. But we'll
Pretty
see.
cool, man. That's a great concept. I wish I had one already carved to do that with. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
I think I'll figure it out. I am going with a Katsukabudo squash though tonight. I found them in my
Ooh.
supermarket and I never find them.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Yeah,
All right,
right?
so here's. Can I make? Do you want to show the booth? Our booth? I just got here.
Yeah.
I'm back. Okay.
Hey,
So
Eddie.
here's our booth.
Look at
So
that.
of course, prominent front and center, baby. We got a Carvers and Creators thing here, and then this is the ones we did last night. This is Miss Dr. and Mrs. Hubbard. We went to. God damn, that hair is awesome. She made a
That looks
pie.
so good.
That is beautiful. And then we got this poor guy got caught in a web, and his friends are all upset. And there's a spider's coming to get him. And then there's my buck teeth thingy. Okay.
Hold it still for a second so the video can catch up.
Yeah.
Oh. All right. Come
Sorry.
on, video.
I don't want to yell. Oh, sorry.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. Can you guys see now?
Yep, it's getting a little there. It's starting
Yeah.
to catch up.
It's going about 2 frames a second.
There it is.
Oh, wow.
Nice. Now it's better.
Yeah.
Nice job. Oh, you even let him wear the hat. Wow. John must like you.
He just put it on, so it's an earned love.
It
And
is.
then there's our guy. There's our guy spinning. He's our next victim, right? And then I got that big one to carve over there. I got a guy kind of started over here that I think I'm going to tinker with later. But I'll show you one last sneak peek, and I'm not going to walk down there, but because John showed us last week the submerged heads, but right down that lane is all. You see all the red ones? They call this like Lover's Lane, and it's
Yeah, it's cool.
all the pumpkins that they put in here, including the big show pumpkins. The art pumpkins are all painted or have red lights, so it's extra fun. So, and all our hearts, all the eyes on them are all hearts because that's fun too, right? Okay.
That's so awesome.
So now I'm over here. Okay, so I'm gonna get started carving like a human being would.
I'm not an animal. All right, so we've got our choice, right? Matt gave us a great tour. Thank you, Matt, by the way. That was a great job. Great job.
That was fun. Yeah, thank you.
You know, if you weren't doing this show and you weren't just a successful man that you are, I would see you as a news reporter.
Yeah,
You're
next,
very good at it.
Small
Yeah,
market, but still a news reporter.
maybe Topeka.
Like a Facebook news reporter.
I could probably crack the top 20 in the state of Ohio.
Yeah, you would get a daytime Emmy, like in Fargo or something like that.
So Mick, we have business to attend to right now, which is our toast.
Yes, we do.
Bastards.
Yeah.
So it's going to be delayed for you, Matt, but
I did leave my beer tonight. I left one for Matt. I know he's not going to like it because he's not an IPA guy, but I have a great one that's 6.8% alcohol. It's brewed in Elburn, Illinois by Obscurity Brewing. It's called Zombie Puppet Party.
Ooh, look at that. Nice.
Let me see that. Look at
Oh, that looks awesome.
Look at that.
That's
a heavy body full of citrus and brains.
that is fantastic.
So thanks, Chicago. Thanks for a good beer.
So Paul, you'll like my beer tonight. It is it's a Duvel single fermented Belgian golden ale. Oh. But the best part about this is it came in a 4-pack with a set of golf balls.
Came with Strixon golf. Who owns the brewery?
it was just my girlfriend got it as a package, and it just happened to have golf balls with it.
What? I gotta go to the liquor store after this and get myself some balls.
I figured you'd love that.
Is that where you get balls?
It is one of the places.
That's the only way I can get golf balls is with beer.
Oh, so cheers, boys.
Cheers, guys.
So, successful Thursday night. Thanks. Cheers to everybody watching. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, I will be imbibing later.
This is a good transition because while we have a little bit of time, I wanted to make mention of a promotion that we're doing right now.
That's right.
Yeah.
The
Great Pumpkin Carving Contest. Yeah, tell us more about that.
Yes, the Great Pumpkin Carving Contest. Now we're getting a lot of entries, great entries, McFragile Stash, some dynamite entries. They're starting to really, really roll in. So make sure you follow the rules, which are posted on everybody's Instagram and Facebook. So just look for this photo, and below it you'll see all the entry rules. And somebody's going to win a nice prize package out of this, and some bragging rights. And we're going to have you on the show.
Yeah.
So there's a pretty big prize package. I noticed a couple of names. I noticed Jimmy Harper. And it kind of looks like Matt with a mustache. I don't know if I can allow that one to slide by, but you know.
Oh, let him go. Come on.
Yeah, he seems like a nice guy, but I don't know.
He's
killer stuff. And even some people have sent the links directly to me, asking if they follow the rules right. To which I say, please go back and read it. Yeah, go back and read it. Make sure you're following everybody. Make sure you do this, that, and the other thing.
Yeah, maybe that might be worth going over real quick. What are the rules?
Yes, the hashtag is the most important thing, because that's where we're going to see all of these entries in one page. And that's what, Brandy, myself, and Matt have to go through, and Mickey's got some say in this too, to decide who we feel is the winner. And it's really going to be tough. It's so far it's a lot tougher than I thought it was going to be. I thought there would be a clear front runner, but everybody's doing so great and everybody's getting really creative. So I appreciate everybody entering. I hope everybody's starting to get inspired. Start spreading the word, share it on your pages. Let's really let's up the volume in the next week. I mean, there's a ton right now, but let's go overboard. Let's make this the best pumpkin carving contest in the world.
Yep.
Paul, we only got 9 days left. When you think about it, it's that's going to be quick. And some people who haven't entered yet, I'm sure we've got plans to enter. But man, 9 days goes by really fast.
Mm-hmm. And there's no limit. There's no limit on how many you want to. If you want to throw in 3 or 4, just make sure they're from this year, guys. Make sure they're your current ones. Don't hold on to your favorite from 2016 and think we're not going to notice. Because remember, we scour the internet too, looking for cool pumpkins over the years. So we know who you are.
So you can go to Brandy's Instagram, and you look for this post, and then you can get all the rules. You can go to ours, Carvers Creators, on Instagram. But if you want to look on the web, go to carverscreators.com/contest, and you can get all the rules as well. So you have until October 30th to get your entries in, and then we'll be choosing a winner on the 31st.
Yep, that's the. I have it on mine as well, and I think Matt, you put it up on yours too, right?
Yeah. I even did one today because I just want to make sure everyone's. Because I'm talking to folks and who kind of DM me and they've asked, is this thing? Can you enter as many times as you want? And like those kind of questions, like
some kind
do
of
it. Yes, I go, have at it. This is a pretty open thing, and plus, if nothing else, it gives you more practice, and everyone just gets better with more practice, right?
Sure, and it's you're exposing your beautiful pieces of art to the very people that you want to look at it, right? So everybody that's a pumpkin carver is going to be checking this out, especially if they look.
Absolutely.
So you're going to see not only what kind of competition you have, but who your peers are. So I mean, I love everybody. I love just about everybody that I've met that carves pumpkins.
And Ray, that's such a great Paul. That's such a great point because Ray
you
even
just call me
something.
Ray?
No, my head went ahead of my.
You can
mouth,
call me
so.
Ray, or you can call me Jay.
You can call me Ray J. But so when Ray Villafaine's pimping it and saying get it out there, Mark and Terry and all these people that were like in awe of, and even like our other non-pumpkin folks like Steve Casino and the gang all get out there and they say go do it. Think about that exposure. You got all these people who are judges of contests, Food Network folks and stuff. So get your entry in because who knows, that exposure is going to be huge and it's going to be in front of those eyes too.
Yeah, you know what? You brought up a great point. I wanted to say thank you to everybody that did take the time to share. We reached out to a lot of our pretty established friends and asked if they would be kind enough to share it. So thank you to each and every one of you. Some people that shared it they don't carve pumpkins. They're amazing sculptors and painters and just artists in general. And I think that really upped the wow value for a lot of people to give it a shot. So thank you to everybody that shared that.
Yeah.
So you can check out on Paul's Instagram, that's Dever Customs, and Matt's, which is Harper Sculpture.
Yes, sir. Here comes the crowds.
Yeah,
the
crowd. You can hear the crowd coming in, and so it's going to get a little hectic here.
You know what the beauty is, though? We timed the show great because it's the timing of it. It doesn't get really crazy there till as the show's wrapping up, and me and John found that out last week, big time. You'll have 3 or 4 people deep standing at that station, so you're talking about almost 100 people because it's all time tickets, so you get these big waves. And it just gets better as the night goes on, and everybody's having a little glass of wine, a little carving oil, and
Does do you pay more to get in earlier, or is this they just give you times when you?
No, it's just a lot of times.
Okay, gotcha.
It's pretty awesome. It really is a great event.
It looks so much fun. I mean, it's just a beautiful night. Walk around. Halloween's in the air. There's a lot of creative people out there. I mean, God, it looks so just great. And let me throw this out to the universe right now. Carvers Creators 2022, all in one place.
What? Sounds like a plan to me.
All right, throwing it out. Letting the universe take that one. And we'll make that happen. That'll
be great. That would be so much. I think it's going to happen. You know what? Even if the universe isn't listening, I think you got 3 guys that understand that we love what we do.
We'll do a live show. We'll do a live show.
Do it live.
We'll do it live.
So much fun.
I sent you a couple pictures. I'd like to show some people what we got done last week a little bit.
Yeah, well, let's look at this.
Oh, there we go.
This is behind the scenes.
This is the behind the scenes footage right here. This is what they would put on the DVD as the extra. But yeah, these were putting these in the these were getting ready for the tanks. And we were all
It's always a fun night when we have to kind of huddle up in the hotel room and get everything done.
Yeah, that was a fun night.
Make a mess of the room.
We sure did. Yeah, I had to ditch that beard. I was looking like Father Time.
Old man winner.
Yeah, old man Deva.
Yeah, so that's the blue moon that you had that you said you had from before, right?
Yes, sir.
Keenan, right?
There's still a couple of those in the fridge.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I left them for you, Matt. I did. I never leave a man without any carving oil.
Thank you.
That's just
That's the good mantra. Yeah, you can't leave a man behind.
Yeah, there we go. There's a good group photo. So, Matt, you're going to have to get on this tradition, too. John and I have started a tradition. What's this, 3 years now, John? 3 out of
3 or 4.
Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, I don't even remember.
Every year we dress up. And John was nuts, apparently. He was a squirrel. Like big nuts. Big nuts.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's always the last night we decide to dress up for the kids.
Oh,
For the
cool.
kids or for ourselves?
I think it's the kids. It might just be us. It could be, quite possibly. So.
Yeah,
I don't know if you noticed, but in the background, one of the parents is dressed up too as a troll. So I'm not the only one. And look at John's cute little fuzzy head, just sitting there in the back.
Where are we in there?
It brings an extra level too, because as you're getting towards the end of the show, some parents are like, go, I want to get out of here, and then you see something like that, and we got so many pumpkins sculpted, and it's this John, congrats John on making that great display, made all these wonderful signs, and we told the story this year, and so it was stopping people in their tracks. We had people hanging out for, what would you say, 10-15 minutes at a whack, John, asking questions. They wanted the answer, every answer possible.
I mean, there's times we turn around, we got 40 people listening to what we're mumbling on about.
Between to each other, and it's like, oh, they heard us.
Yeah.
Such a good time.
I just broke my favorite tool. So, oh, no.
Oh no.
I say that
The one
twice.
I showed you today.
Oh, it wasn't me.
Oh, it's stuck right in the paper. Now it's a projectile.
Yeah, there we go. There's a full display.
I mean, that's so so good. I mean, this.
Yeah, hand painted signs by the Davises.
Oh yeah.
So good.
Yeah, such a great one. John, why don't you did you tell the story? I think you told the story last week. Why don't we tell people again?
I think I must have. Let me grab my phone. Here we go. Coming on just a little bit of a field trip.
We can compare. Last week's the new character design. I love it.
Yeah, so let's start with Dr. Hubbard. So this is Matt's version of Dr. Hubbard. Going for like kind of a big, goofy, buck teeth sort of. I guess it's a self-portrait.
Matt, which one's the pumpkin?
The one that's orange.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, this one.
Well, you're lighting.
How's that looking? Is that awful?
No, it looks all right. It's
okay.
Hard lighting to see it anyway.
Yeah. And then this is the first patient right here getting a cool little lobotomy. It's got the Beware Squirrel sign.
Right on.
This is my version of Madam Hubbard.
That came out dynamite.
Yeah, thanks. It's like a bit of a take on the Scary Stories Red Room lady.
Yeah,
I thought it was kind of like the perfect sort of face for, super overweight, creepy. I guess like Baker. So yeah.
No, it's awesome. I love it.
So that's kind of what we've got so far. And I guess we'll add to the scene tonight.
Yeah, with some
see how everything
we're
goes.
gonna kind of have to change the narrative of the story, I think, a little bit too. If we're doing Conjoined Twins, maybe he's a mad scientist that not only does lobotomies but does experimental plastic surgery.
Yeah, Paul, you're not here this week, so why don't you let us take care of that stuff, all right?
Your feed's getting a little screwed up. I think we're gonna have to drop you.
Oh no.
So, you try to have good ideas and you try to pump somebody's tires and then they just stab you in the back. Damn it.
Yeah.
I'll leave it to the professionals. Should we go back to
Yeah.
Matt, do you have any ideas what you're going to do for a conjoined twin?
How you guys doing?
Yeah, I'll show you actually.
Yeah, let me see. Really, you got that far that fast?
There's kids coming. So picture 3 eyes, 2 noses, and a giant mouth. That's what I'm doing.
Oh,
He's
what?
gonna-
Like like what I'm doing?
Oh no, are you really?
Of course, it's a conjoined twin. All right.
Well, no,
I don't want to see what you're doing. We're gonna keep it like that. We'll keep it like
there we
that.
go. There we go. Hi guys, how are you?
See, now this is the fun part of the job. So Matt, just repeat what I say.
Thank you so much.
I'm not gonna say anything. I'll make him stand there.
Yeah.
I can.
Have
hear
you guys tried the veal? Yeah, Mick, I think next year we got to make a road trip for this one.
Oh, and no doubt. And I'm excited about you going to New Mexico because
Right.
Mexico has some like amazing food, amazing beer, but a really amazing, actually my girlfriend and we actually traveled out there to Santa Fe and Albuquerque because she has family out there, but there's a huge art scene in New Mexico. Yeah, it's amazing.
Now, so I don't know anything about New Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
I know that Bugs Bunny used to say I took a wrong turn at Albuquerque. That was it.
That's it. That's it. All
That's
your
the
knowledge.
extent of my knowledge of But I do have the honor of being carving at the Rio Rancho Fall Festival. Do you know much about Rio Rancho?
I do not. I do not
either. I'm very excited to be there. It's Saturday from 2 to 8. There's going to be all kinds of stuff. There's a carnival. There's 20 food trucks, a beer garden. We're setting a world record for the most people carving pumpkins simultaneously. The previous record was 1,060, and I think they're trying to get almost 2,000 this year.
Wow.
No, that's a lot going on. It's free to get in, so that's a huge one where anybody asks. But so yeah, Rio Rancho City Center on Saturday.
Okay, I'm actually going to I'm going to stop my screen here and I'm going to share my screen. Here we go. There it is.
Hey, there it is.
World record pumpkin carving attempt. So you're going to be a part of that, yeah?
Yeah, I am. I'm probably going to be the one that doesn't show up and ruins the record. No, it's live music. I mean, it seems great. And they're putting me right in the town center. I think they're gonna have an arena. They have an arena that has like big concerts and events, and that's gonna be full of people. And I don't know. It's gonna be Medlem. I can't wait for it. It's gonna be so cool.
Yeah, it looks tremendous.
Mick, it's like an hour and a half from your house. When'd you drive out?
I might even be closer.
Don't throw.
God, I wish it was. And that's the thing. We have so many like ties to New Mexico. We actually went out there, before COVID. Like we were going out there pretty consistently. My girlfriend is a part of a program out there with the University of New Mexico, I believe. And so like we would go out there and I'd go to minor league baseball games and there's, like I said, a huge art scene, and the Mexican food is to die for. It is so good. Oh my God, so good. So yeah,
I just have to get some good spots to hit. I mean, I'll be kind of busy while I'm there, but I would definitely like to hit a couple of spots.
Oh yeah.
Rancho has some great spots too.
I'll send you some. I'll look where this is and see if I can find some stuff around it.
Yeah, it's only 20 minutes from Albuquerque, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, we went out there to Santa Fe to meet. I think Matt's talking.
No, I think it's a suburb of Albuquerque.
Is it really?
So it's you're not too far away.
Yeah, it didn't seem too far. You know what I did realize is how much more expensive it is to rent a car on the west side of this glorious nation of ours.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was like almost $100 a day to rent like a Prius.
It's I bet you it's because of taxes. When I go to Phoenix, like the taxes were actually probably maybe double or sometimes triple of what the car was costing.
Nuts.
Yeah, it's all a tourism tax, I believe. So I might be wrong on that, but I'm almost positive.
Well, they just talked me out of it. I'm taking an Uber.
Yeah, why not? Let somebody else do the work.
It's principal alone. $100 a day for that little thing. Give me a truck and I'm in.
Exactly. Yeah, carvers and creators in wherever wherever
we may land. I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What's the Metallica song? Wherever we may roam.
Wherever I may roam.
That's good. I also Matt's there.
Now I was going to say it's wherever they have pumpkins, and I found out being here that Illinois is the #1 state in the country for total volume of pumpkins. Did you know that?
Well, I did. I don't think
I did not.
I'm not
know
asking you, Paul. Come on.
Geez, well, you got to specify. You know, you're really salty tonight, Harper. I think it's that cold air has got you all frazzled.
No, it's I didn't get to have any carving oil. That's
He's got the
problem.
big stage jitters. He's lashing out at people.
He really is. You got a problem.
I'm gonna go see somebody later tonight. My
Oh, by
boss
the way,
said,
how
Yeah.
close is Joliet, Illinois?
Joliet Jake, he was here earlier.
Joliet.
Joliet
Blues
Jake,
Brothers?
home of Joliet Jake, and also home of Uno playing cards,
Uno playing cards?
are from Joliet, Illinois.
That was Games.
Wow.
Games was in that section with the pumpkins, wasn't it, Matt?
I think so. I think
I
so.
wonder if
And Mickey,
Uno's on there.
I hope I don't do anything to land myself in Joliet.
With that attitude, I don't think you got much of it.
I know, right? Apparently, I'm too salty. You know.
So
What can
you
you
remember when Joliet Jake was getting out of jail? He was getting his stuff back.
Yeah,
So there was a guy who was giving him the stuff back.
Frank
Who
Oz.
was that? Frank Oz. Nicely done.
Come on,
The
everyone knows that.
voice of Kermit the Frog gave him back.
Hi
Gave
ho,
him back
watch.
all the stuff. Yes.
Yeah.
Kermit the Frog here.
Here you go. Here you go, Jake.
And in Blues Brothers, they went to the restaurant, and who was the waiter at the restaurant?
Oh, damn it, I did know that
So
one.
I've got
The children. How much for the children?
Yes. So
Um,
they asked him what the wine is, and he goes, "We have a Cabernet Sauvignon at 175 a bottle." Who is the waiter at the restaurant in Blues Brothers?
I can't remember. Matt,
Paul
you know.
Rubens, Pee Wee Herman.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, wow. He had to be young.
How much for the children?
Yeah, a couple of years later, he'd be a huge movie star of his own.
That's right. The big
So
adventure.
that's the trivia portion of Carvers and Creators.
I know. I got to learn to cheat. I got to have Google open so I can look smarter.
So I also wanted to show this one, Paul. I really I got to share this again. There was one that you were. It's funny that we were doing Conjoined Twins this time.
All right. I know what you're talking about.
So,
Oh, yes.
this one
Thank you.
is super amazing because
This
what
one's
you
like
don't
midway
realize-
process. I haven't gotten his eyes yet, but I'm gonna eventually get carving him and
let me-
Cute Hopper, would you?
yeah, there you go. So we have the pumpkin inside a pumpkin.
Yes. That
That's awesome.
that kind of, I don't know where it came from. It just seemed like it was big enough to throw another pumpkin inside. And so the kids would ask, well, why doesn't that one have eyes? Or why doesn't that one have a mouth? So I would say, well, the big one doesn't have the eyes, but the little one doesn't have the mouth. And it was like, they're like, wow, man, that's chippy, man.
Exactly. It's that thinking that now you didn't go into this thinking that you were going to do this.
No, I have no idea what I'm going to do whenever
That's
I start.
awesome.
I start, and then it's like, okay, I got to think of something. And then you look at the shape of the pumpkin, probably is what drives it the most. I mean, this year, I shouldn't say that 100% because night one, John and I come up with that great concept for the Mr. and Mrs. But then from there, all the characters kind of bounce off that. So this is just sort of a spin-off, like a crazy creature to go along with the scape, the landscape of the pumpkin. So yeah, I like this one. The kids the kids loved this one.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah, and I did like a kind of I did the pet, I would call it. It was sort of like a bat / rat / dogs. Yeah, that thing. So so I did hair, which is kind of hard to see there, but I did individual hair.
Mm-hmm.
And that really sold about 2 days in when it started to dehydrate and all the hair started standing up.
Mm-hmm.
But that was a fun one because I put it down really, really low, about a foot off the ground, so that the little kids could see it, because that's the biggest thing I've learned is the kids' perspective on what we're doing isn't the same. So they might come over, run over, and they got a lot of enthusiasm, but they can't see. What we're carving is might as well be, you know, they can see the nostrils. That's all. Right. So by putting it down low, I think a lot more kids got a better viewing of it. So that was a big hit with like the 6 and under crowd.
Yeah, so good.
Thanks,
Paul. Hey, Mickey. Paul, what
Yeah.
was that one? That was a hyena from.
I got the hyena from the Lion King, the gummy bear from the Gummy Bear song. That one's stuck in my head.
But this was just like off the top of your head kind of guy.
Off the top
right?
of my head, yeah.
Okay, I love it. All right.
Because
Because everyone was saying, someone said, "Oh yeah, when Paul did that, the so and so from Lion King." I'm like, okay. I mean, yeah, it's the nice part is it's up to your interpretation, right?
Well, that's what I was saying. I would ask kids, they're like, "Oh, cool," and I'm like, "What do you see? What do you think it is?" Because started off, it was going to be like a bat, and then I wanted it to be like the dog from Despicable Me, which it wasn't really a dog. That's kind of what I was thinking. Is if it's their pet, it doesn't have to be any specific animal. It just has to be a cool, crazy creature.
Right.
And then once I decided to put ears on it, I'm like, well, if it's going to have ears, it should have fur. So it looks like it's like maybe a gremlin's black sheeped cousin or something. You know, somebody that they don't talk to so much. So it was just off the cuff. It was a great pumpkin for the balance. It was flat, so I didn't have to worry about it falling off. So the kids could touch it and do whatever, and I didn't have to worry about crushing a toddler's foot or anything. So because some of them can get a little tipsy, you know that.
Yeah, hammered.
Yeah. So
how many do you get accomplished in a whatever it was, like 4 days? Is it 4 or 5 days?
5 days of carving, and we try to get 4, 5, or 6 done, depending. Okay. If you're doing a lot of detail on them, sometimes you get 4. I think I got 4 and a small one because I did have to spend a lot of time on the hair on that one. But yeah, John, I think you got 5, right? John was good. John was good for one a night.
Yeah.
I have another pumpkin attached. I'm going to put another face kind of growing out of his.
The explaining has begun. Oh, wow, we already got it on there. Look how quickly you got that on there.
Yeah.
I want to ask John how he achieved it so fast. Did he carve in, or was he able to carve that angle? That's not man. Keep telling him it looks like the robot from Star Wars. From the same.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God. What? BB-8.
BB-8. Hell of a BB-8 you got going on there, buddy.
Yeah.
The stem looks like one, huh?
George Lucas coming down the street. He's gonna shut you down.
Yeah, right now George Lucas is suing you.
Hi guys. How are you?
He's got the papers drawn up. So cool. Man, it looks like so much fun.
It is. Yeah, McFrazzle Stash makes a good point with the curve. It's going from illustration to 3D carving. There's always that learning curve. And the biggest thing that I know I tell people that helped me a lot is if you carve straight on the entire time, the face is going to remain flat. Mm-hmm. Right. So every now and again, you want to turn this thing to check your profile. Like, his nose is still flat, but I want to make sure that these cheeks don't remain flat. So I want to kind of roll them around the corners, so I want to make sure the stuff's getting rounded so that when you look at it from the side, it reads as though there's, cheeks and a temple. And eventually when you look at it from front, you're like, wow, that looks so much better. It looks like it's pushing back. So that's my tip would be whenever you're carving in 3D, to always turn and look at the angles so that you, even on a big sloped pumpkin like these guys are working on, they know to kind of check the sides to see if what they're doing is just pushing in or are they wrapping it around.
That is great advice. And the reason why I say that is because when I've been trying to do it, it's like trying to wrap your brain around, because we all start 2D. At doing everything 2D because it's on a piece of paper, it's on something flat, it's on a flat screen, or it's just everything like that. So to do something 3D is actually it's the same reason, like for instance, when you're looking at like CGI and there's a face, you go, there's something wrong with the face. Like we're so used to seeing each other's faces. We know our brain knows that it's something off. Whatever slight it is. So we're always impressed when we're kind of faked out that it's so realistic. So you're right. It has to be from all angles. It can't just be, but if you were just to see it from one angle, that would be one thing, but you actually make the real impression in 3D from all angles.
Yeah. You can't sell it unless, like you said, it's going to trick your brain somewhat. It's like anything. The more you do it, the easier it gets, and you almost forget those rules. It's like, when you learn to throw a baseball, you step with your opposite foot, your elbows are high. But now, when's the last time you thought about that? Not you, because you don't throw snowballs, but but you stop thinking about these things at a certain point. And I think the same can be said with, sculpting or painting. You learn the fundamentals, and then you sort of forget about them. And then if you feel like you've gotten lost, go back to the fundamentals. Check those first couple of steps, the beginning steps, just to make sure that you're staying on the right track.
Yeah. I was, it's funny that you say that, because I was watching, I'm not sure why I was watching this, but there was a video where they were kind of teaching how to kick a soccer ball. Now, what a lot of people don't know this about me, that I've been playing soccer from 10, and I played semi-pro, but I didn't play professionally. Yeah, I had friends that played professionally, but I played semi-pro. But I played from age 10 to 27, and then I quit when I actually moved to LA, and I came out here and started wrestling.
That's so.
But go figure, right?
Wrestler.
Go figure. But one of the things that they were teaching, like how to kick a soccer ball, like it was just like an easy pass, and there was another one where they were like kicking it. You kind of kick it on the left side of the ball, so it goes to the right, but it actually like it's a way of kicking. You kick straight, but you kick it on the left side, so it actually like goes to the right, but it has like a curve to it, kind of like golf. The bend it like Beckham. Yeah,
same thing as golf. Game of opposites. You kick it on the opposite side of the ball to get the opposite spin.
Exactly, and you swing your hips when you want to do it the other way, and you kick it with the inside of your foot. And I was thinking to myself, I don't really remember being taught this. It's something that I kind of watched it, and I was like, oh, okay, I see other people doing it that way. So I just started doing it. I go, oh, this kind of works. And then I just kept on. Now I don't even think about it. Like I kick the ball in the backyard with a dog. Like it's just, I don't even think about it. But you're right. It just becomes muscle memory.
It's 100%. Yeah. I mean, but Matt and John will tell you this. How many bad pumpkins have you carved before you feel like you carved a good pumpkin?
Oh yeah.
It's endless where you just
that's my question as a novice. I'm doing some crappy work.
It's this, and we all struggle with that, right? I mean, and I think there's a problem if you don't, right? From all the great artists we've talked to over this almost 2 years, everybody has the same exact mind frame, which is you never arrived. Like Tom Fluharty said, the moment you think you arrived, you're probably way further away from being where you're supposed to be. And like, how many people have said, if you're not uncomfortable or you don't have doubts while you're doing it, just stop. Because, if you think you're good enough, you're not good enough. You should always be trying to get better.
Yeah.
If somebody else likes your stuff, that's fantastic. That's affirmation, obviously. But I know, like right now, I would love to smash this off the ground, but I'm hoping through the course of just using these shapes and like I was just saying, I'm a Frazzle Stash, keep turning to look at profiles, that eventually this thing will somewhat come to life. Yeah. I don't know what I'm going to do with the mouths. I might have to steal Harper's idea. I might actually poach to see what don't turn your camera. Don't do it. Don't turn your camera off.
No.
Okay.
But man,
you're welcome to steal whatever you want. I'm not showing it to you.
Oh, son of a gun.
You're not that close.
Evil bastard he is.
What time do you fly out tomorrow, Paul?
I have an 8:40 flight and a layover in Chi-Town.
Chi-Town. I know where that is. I might even be there right now.
It might even be there.
That's
It's,
awesome. Yeah,
Let me ask you, Paul.
Sure.
yeah, go ahead.
So, do you like it when people refer to it as Beantown?
I could care less. don't call it like a-hole town or something. You know what I mean? Don't be mean. I don't even know. I honestly couldn't tell you. I think I knew at one point why they called it Beantown, but it really has no relevance in today's world, I guess. But I like City of Champions better. You know.
Well, yes.
Don't bring it. Don't you bring it up.
Well, the
No.
Boston. Yeah. Well,
listen. It'd be fine if they
they've had
won.
a lot of success recently, so let's just say that.
Yeah, not last night.
Yeah, not last night, but
the night before.
They'll get back into it.
Yeah. Well.
But you can't let the Astros beat your team. Stop it.
That's not.
They get back to the World Series. I'm losing my
Yeah.
faith in baseball. But I think all games I say are going to go 7. So.
Well, let's hope.
Or all series, that is.
Yeah.
So one of the things that the reason why I brought that up, Paul, is because I know that it's also a pet peeve to call it Chi-Town.
Is it really?
I've heard that.
No way,
I
I was calling it Chi-Town, and nobody said anything to me.
Well, that's the whole thing. I don't know if it's still a thing. I remember it being a thing at some point.
Now, do you know why that is? I'd love to know why.
I'm not sure. I mean, I've heard the Windy City. I've heard the Second City. I've heard Chi-Town. But I always heard like Chi-Town. I can't remember why that is.
Chi-Town's like a cool name for a city.
I thought so too, but the more I went to Chicago 2 years ago, and I loved it. I love Chicago
city.
so much. It's a great city. Boston's great. New York is great. I really fell in love with Chicago the last time I was there, and I actually the first time I ever went there was 2006. I actually went to a Chicago Cubs game, but I flew to O'Hare. I took a taxi straight to Wrigley Field. I got out. I literally saw the first pitch, watched the whole game, got on a plane, and then came home.
Wow.
It was a turnaround trip. I did the same thing for Boston as well, but that's when I started doing those turnaround trips.
Wow, I wish I had your money.
Actually, I did it all. I had a free pass to do it. That's why I didn't have the money to do it. By the way, that's why I didn't get a hotel.
That's a good point. Actually, that's a very
I had a free Southwest thing, so that's how I worked it all out. And then I got like a really super cheap ticket, but it was a great seat. And
you did it by yourself as well?
I went by myself. Yeah.
Wow, you are committed.
It was easier. It was much easier than taking someone else. So, and then I had a friend there who actually right north of Wrigley, he ran a bar. So actually, I walked from Wrigley to the bar, and then took a taxi back to O'Hare, and then gone. So what a trip!
That's amazing.
That is pretty cool.
Impressive, actually. I know I would have got caught up and missed my flight. I'm like, I'll get the next one.
I do admit that I slept at O'Hare for maybe 3 or 4 hours, and that was not. I was not that I was scared. I was like the first time I ever like slept at an airport before it opened. Don't sleep at the airport, Matt.
I can't help it. That's where I love to sleep. Bus stations, airports,
rest stops,
wherever there's people in travel.
John's feed went out. I don't know. You might want to tell him that. I'm not sure if he knows or not.
Oh, that's okay. He's right next to me. I can see what he's doing. I'll give you a play-by-play.
He's fine.
Play-by-play.
Yeah.
Okay.
He'll be all right.
Well, these guys they're starting to get into the thick of it now.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah, you know what though? This is fun. It's such a fun time. Matt, I love
Yeah.
when the children ask the same question over and over again.
Oh yeah, we're getting a lot of that.
How many times have you been asked by a parent, or mostly a father, how much you want for that? How much you want for that?
Oh,
That's
wow.
right. Oh, I always
we
say,
got
I'll
one.
pay
We
you
got
if you
one
can carry it.
yesterday.
If you can
Yeah.
carry it out of here, I'll give you $20 right
yours.
now. You can take it off my hands.
Yeah, a lot of the same questions. It is,
Yeah,
but it's
that's
cute
cute,
though. Some of the kids will ask questions and then they won't look at you while you're answering. They'll kind of be on it. They're like, "Okay, I'm smart. I'm asking."
No, they don't want an answer.
And they don't even want
just
an
ask
answer.
a question. They want to ask a
It's the
question.
best. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a cute little girl named, her name was Nora, because my wife's name's Lenore, and that's why I remember. And she had the best questions. And I would answer one, and she'd go, interesting, and then go on to another good question. I'm like, kid, you could hang here all night. You could be my apprentice. Like, you're listening to everything I say and being like, you processed it. Now what about this?
Wow.
To the point where her mother was like, Nora, we have to go, and she's like, well, I'm watching the Carver.
Wow, that's
She's
awesome.
probably like 7 or 8 years old. I'm like, wow. Like the kids are great and stuff, but every now and again you get a little artist. You can just tell they're a little artist, and they want to know. And it's so impressive.
That's a good idea. I'm going to tell him to start carving a Mickey Mouse.
Carving what?
He just needs another ear. Yeah.
Oh, he's getting the ideas. The ideas
He's
are coming.
He's going to carve a Mickey Mouse.
Oh,
like
look at that, a Mickey Mouse.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You got to put another pumpkin on the other side.
You got to put another side for the other ear. You're good. Yeah.
Don't screw it up. It's conjoined twins, not conjoined triplets.
Yeah. It would be conjoined. Yeah. It'd be easier to do a Mickey Mouse than conjoined. What are they again? They're suspicious. Suspicious conjoined.
Suspicious. Yes, right? Suspicious.
We've just been flagged by the Walt Disney Corporation.
Yes, we are in deep doo-doo.
Yeah. We are now cease and desist, and good night. Yeah.
That was a fun run, guys. It was a really fun run.
It was good while it lasted, right?
It sure was.
Thanks, Walt. Good Lord. Oh man. So how much time we got left, Tiger?
20 minutes.
Oh,
20 minutes.
Don't worry, Matt. We can carry the show. This is good time.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm
starting. I just feel bad that I'm not doing more.
No, we would just don't worry. We muted your mic so we could talk about how you're being very silent and distant.
Yes. So are the Red Sox in the World Series?
I don't like your attitude, Harper, at all. I really don't. Chicago has changed you.
They're not there yet, but they'll get there.
No, they're technically still playing baseball.
Oh, okay.
Unbelievable. How dare you? Did Tom Olton put you up to that?
No. I don't even know. I honestly don't even know the score.
Yeah,
legit.
Well, we're not going to talk about such things.
All right. My bad.
Well, everybody, everybody, like Atlanta's leading the Dodgers, which doesn't make sense. But so that game's going on right now, I believe. So don't switch over, please. Keep on watching.
Yeah, right. Why would you mention that? I got a feeling that most people that are watching the show aren't huge baseball fans. So that's good.
That's probably true. That's probably true. This is always so much fun every year.
Yeah.
There's what Matt wants to say something.
You should show. I don't know if you've got any pictures of it, but you should show the viewers this the pictures of the gardens during the day, because it's spectacular. I mean, there's just I've been taking a lot of pictures, but I'm just amazed. Like every time I turn around, it's like, oh my God, there's a big lake and swans taking off and weeping willows and everywhere you look, it's beautiful.
There's one spot that every time I see it, it reminds me of Jurassic Park, because those trees don't exist around here. You know what I'm talking? That's the main area, right? That's it's outstanding. I'd love to go there in the summertime. I might take the fam there for a nice long weekend.
Hi, everyone.
It's a great.
Yeah.
It's amazing, and there's a lot of botanical gardens out here, and there's a lot of like Japanese botanical gardens as well.
Is Descanso a botanical garden?
Descanso. look at.
Am I saying that wrong? I thought it was Descanso. It's John Drupto.
Yeah, Descanso. Yeah, and La Cañada.
Yeah. That
Nope.
so this show was there for a short run. And,
No kidding.
It's just so hot in LA. Like, what's the point? You can't eat pumpkin. So I think they switched over, and it's a different company doing it with foam. So it's not.
Wow.
But great artists. I mean, we got a buddy that works there, so I can't speak too much of it. I haven't been there, but yeah, I just heard the horror stories about the weather being just not.
It would make
cool.
sense. Yeah, it's been getting hotter every year. So there's no such thing as global warming. Don't even talk about that. But yeah, it's been getting hotter every year and more unpredictable as well. So I can believe that. Yeah, it would dry out or just make what you're doing mush, or just not fun to carve.
Yeah. So I heard that from the stories I've heard, the generic carving of 1,000 jack-o'-lanterns had to happen once a day.
Yeah, I believe it.
They didn't last one day in that heat. That is expensive.
Yeah. And actually, there's other places that are probably closer to Northern California that would probably be more in line with, and it's more farm area too. I think more in the city, it's the temperature is different. When you get closer to the beach and stuff like that, the temperature drops about 10 degrees.
Yeah, right.
So it does depend on where you're at. So I totally get that. So this is the same thing. This is weirdly relatable. Is the reason why they always wonder why the San Diego Comic-Con is in San Diego and not Los Angeles, where it would get more people there, right?
Right.
I think that there's a bit of affordability, I think, but it's also just like it's nicer in San Diego than it is here in LA, and it's actually harder to get around in LA as well.
Oh, I'm sure. I heard the traffic's wonderful.
Yeah, it's not fun, and even if it was in Orange County where like Disneyland is, that's still not if people say to me all the time, they're like, "Oh, how far is it from where you are to Disneyland?" I go, I have to leave at like 9 a.m. to get there, by noon or.
Wow. You serious? That far?
Yeah.
That long traffic?
Get there effectively. Yeah. If I go any later, I lose time. Wow. So you have to plan out very early how to get places. So, yeah, logistically, like this is there's actually a thing. This is funny because October is when Adobe, like the people who do Photoshop and Illustrator, they have their big conference every October as well. And it's been online the last couple of years because of COVID. But whenever it's in LA, I always, even though it's like my home right here, I always hate it because I'm like, oh, I have to go park and I have to go do all this. It's going to take me 2 hours or an hour and a half to get there, hour and a half to get home. But I always love it when it's somewhere else like Vegas or if it's in Seattle, because I'm like, oh, I'll just get a hotel and I can just like get there really easily. It's actually easier when it's in another city.
That's crazy. I never imagined spending that much time in a car. I mean, we have a seasonal place, like a kind of a campground thing going on, and that's just over an hour, and that's my max. That's my max for a car ride.
Yeah,
without traffic.
Yeah. When I was in Boston, we travel around. The thing that I loved about Boston was that, especially downtown, was like, for instance, they have exits that are in tunnels.
Yeah. Wait,
that blew my mind. Like how sometimes you don't even see it because you don't expect it to be in a tunnel, to exit inside a tunnel.
Yeah, well, sometimes you're actually under the water in a tunnel too.
Right.
I try not to think about that fact while going through it. That want to get me. But it's hard to. It's so funny. Whatever you're used to, you know what I mean. You're used to long drives. I'm used to exits and tunnels.
Right.
Matt's used to the surface of the sun.
Right. By the way, I could only stand 27 years of that. That's why I moved away from Arizona
to the second
at age 27. Yeah, I said enough of living in the sun.
Very
there
cool,
has to, Yeah, it's great,
So
and
cool.
I eventually imagine that my girlfriend and I will move back there, but
Oh, that's cool. I
yeah,
like that.
it'll happen.
When LA breaks off from the rest of the earth on a giant earthquake.
Well, it's funny that you say that because the great comedian Bill Hicks, he says that one day it'll be called Arizona Bay.
Yeah, it will. When we went to Sedona, the guy was actually complaining that so many people from California were moving out there
Oh wow!
because everybody was leaving California because of all
people are
the
leaving here
taxes
in
and the
droves.
problems. So there you go, Governor of California. If you're listening, shape up.
It's funny because I have a friend in Arizona who was asking me about the governor of Arizona or governor of California, Gavin Newsom, and I said like we've been on a downhill slide since we had the governor, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, come on, Arnold was all right.
Until he
from the
ruined
East
our
Coast.
economy. This has turned into a political show. Stop it.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
So McFrazzle Stash says, what tools are those? How long will this take?
That was in reference to the questions that the kids ask.
Oh, gotcha.
Previously. So the biggest question that kids ask is, how do you do that? It's the most generic.
Oh, okay.
So cute. Like, how? And then, like Matt said, you go to give them an answer and they're already off and running to the next thing. Like it's more like a wow, but a lot more syllables. Like they don't need an answer.
Right.
The tool question that usually comes from like
of course,
the high school or the junior high school art kids. Like, so, can you show me what tools you're using? Because those are the kids that are gonna give it a go.
Yeah.
And I try to show them the tools that are readily available for them and where to find them in a craft store, or if they're really looking to get, a really nice set of tools to get after it. And I'll direct them towards the right channels for that. So we like to show that we care, and we want to see them all do well and succeed. That's my breath.
Well, that was always my thing when I was, I would always go to the art store. I never really liked going to the art store. I love going because I could just get, markers and pens and stuff that I would use, but I didn't know how to use any of the other like brushes or sculpting tools. There was actually other types of things that were there. I didn't know how to use them. So why would I buy them? So
sure. I was the same way.
See someone using something like you're using, and these are more like for clay, correct?
Yeah, 100% for clay, pottery, clay. They're and it's it's just a specific type of tool, a ribbon loop. So you have wire loops for soft clay, and ribbon loops more for pottery and hard clay because you need to cut.
Yeah.
And really, this is really just a very firm clay. So you need to put those little teeth on, like we've talked about before. There's got to be some sort of. It's not a good example. So the teeth, the rakes. And you do the same thing with clay. Like Gabriel Vinas always talks about that, how he likes to use that automotive clay because it doesn't clump up and stick to the floor. And so certain types of materials, but it always comes, you always need these rakes to kind of shave away. Mm-hmm. So it starts with a ribbon loop and then you customize the tool.
Yeah. So I think that's the fun part about seeing how these tools are used. And I think a lot more people nowadays, and I know I was before all this, are visual learners. So see stuff like, oh, wow. And to see like just to see you doing what you're doing right now is like, oh, okay, that makes total sense,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like McFrazzle Stash says, it's a night and day thing. And funny enough, though, I think I've been doing it so long that at the beginning of the season, I had 6 of these, and I'm down to my last one, and it's getting a little soft in the shaft area, but I got to make it last. It is so dull. It's almost like being raked. Like it just bounces off the surface. But, it's like anything. I kind of adjust to it after a couple of seconds, and I can find like the groove of it. But like it just wants to pull. Like when you first get these, they want to grab and cut. And now this thing is so dull, and I haven't had any time to take a Dremel to it to put teeth on it. So I'm going straight PT 512 ribbon loop for the rest of the season, guys. I'm going crazy.
By the way, I feel like I'm a little bit accomplished. I took a Dremel to my tools.
Oh, you really are stepping up your game. You really are.
Yeah. So I wouldn't have known that had I not watched you guys in action. And actually, I put it on the low speed first, and actually it didn't get the results that like those teeth that you showed. I did not have that, so I actually had to turn it up, and I was actually afraid to turn it at its highest speed. And I'm like, that's the only way that you can actually get those, get in there and make those rake type.
Yep, and you got to have yourself a good set of safety glasses too, in case that little Dremel wheel blasts into 5 pieces. In your face.
I think that was my fear. I go, this thing is going to destroy me somehow. I'm not gonna. That is not going to be my obituary.
Yeah, right. Trying to learn a new hobby. Getting ready.
Yeah, totally.
It's like anything. Like I can't do what McFrazzlestash does. I'm if I had enough, I shouldn't say that because we're always telling people don't say you can't, right? So, but if I was as passionate about that as I am about this, it's like anything. You gotta want to learn it. You gotta be okay with screwing up. You gotta be okay with never really being happy with the results, but that'll push you forward. And then at some point you'll say, you know what, that one's not bad. Not bad is excellent, I guess. And so maybe I'll try that. Maybe I'll try etching.
So here's something that I'm going to ask you that like when did you start this?
This carving?
Like when did you get minutes? Like?
Go ahead, finish it.
No, not this carving, but carving in general. Like when did you get serious about it? What year?
We're coming up on probably 9 years ago now. Because the first year I did it, I wasn't really serious. I was putting pumpkins on the porch with my son Adam. So you know what time of year it is when you take a picture on the porch. So there's a costume and a pumpkin. So yeah, the first couple weren't serious. I would do 1 a year, and then it was 2 I did for the porch, and then we had my son Luke. It was, a couple here and there, and then I really didn't take it seriously until I worked with this same exact crew with John and Tom and Rachel in Boston. So that was now 7 years ago. So yeah, so scratch that. So not 8 years ago, 7 years ago. Okay.
So can you look at something 7 years ago and be okay with it?
No.
And go, wow,
I literally want I want to remove it from the internet. But that's the beauty of if you stay with something and you listen to people's advice and you really try to learn, you will get better. Like I think I have so much learning to do, but from where I was 7 years ago to now is like night and day. And I'm sure John would say the same thing, or Matt, especially Matt,
definitely,
Mm-hmm. So it's just the progression. You could see it in the photos, you know what I mean? You refine certain things that used to drive me nuts that I couldn't understand about anatomy. Now I don't think about it anymore. I know, even if it's not right, if I do it the same way every time, it's mine. It's the way that I do it. And it might not be right, but if it looks cool in the end, guy, we're carving fruit. Like, stop taking yourself so seriously. Like, just enjoy it. And if it looks cool at the end, so that's the other thing too. I've stopped trying to be so self-critical about hitting like certain anatomy points, because there is no face on a pumpkin. Who's going to tell you that pumpkins don't have cheekbones like that, or his eye isn't that way, or the chin doesn't look like that? It's however you want to see it. So you're creating your own success in a way. If you're happy with what you do.
And I think I've used this before. It's the Willy Wonka theory. We are the dreamers of the dream.
Sure. Exactly.
And
nobody knows what you're thinking.
Exactly. And okay, so the reason why I bring this up is because I've been looking at 10 years ago, I was doing some artwork, and I can tell exactly where I was mentally. And I was like, wow, I was off my game. I was not doing great work. I can tell that I was like, I'm winging it here. I was just trying to get it past everybody and just, I'm like, why did I even use that? Why did I use that font? Why did I use these graphics? What was I trying to achieve? Right. So my thing is like, I saw some stuff and I'm like, wow, that's better than I expected. It wasn't as bad as I was super critical of it. But the one thing that I wanted to ask you is, how do you feel that you are now from a year ago?
That's a great question, actually. And it's something that I do think about a little bit. And it depends on the day you ask me. Because sometimes I might look back at some things I've done and been like, wow, last year I feel like I had that figured out and now I'm struggling to figure that out again. But I don't think I don't know if I'm better. I think it's a little different. You know what I mean? Like maybe just from working with you guys and working with other artists. Hi, Matt. Matt wants to talk.
No, I was just gonna. I was gonna chime in on. I'm listening in. Certainly, I'm getting some people talk to. But one of the things that was really interesting in what you said is, do you think you're better? And Paul, tell me if you think this. There's a couple of times I've been looking at stuff recently where it's like 3 or 4 years ago. It'll come back up on my feed, and I'm like, that was good. That was like really cool, interesting. I do a few things different, but the one thing I think that was really universal is I would have a better my camera game. You know, setting up a good camera and lighting has been so much better. I have that now. I'm like leaps and bounds better there. And so I think my carving has definitely improved, but my ability to showcase it is like catapulted forward. So
remember, Matt, when we first started doing this, I was trying to get you to do better pictures.
Yep.
And get
Nikki,
better angles and get better
I wouldn't
lighting.
listen to you, and I still won't listen to you. I won't do it.
but these are intangible things that I can only tell you, but you have to know inherently like why it's better.
No,
Right,
Matt,
so
I agree. It's and we've been told that too, right? Like we would say to like Mark and Chris, like everything you put out is amazing. Mm-hmm. And then they'd say, well, you don't see the other million ones that we don't put out because we can't get a good 100%. Picture of them, or we can't, if it don't look good in a picture, it's not worth it.
100%.
So, yeah, it's like anything. You gain experience. Now we're like veterans, right? Yep. But I don't want to say old veterans. I'll say salty veterans. We got a lot of learning to do. I think we're getting more polished. I don't know if, like, to answer your question, I don't think I'm getting better. I just think I'm getting a little more polished, a little more refined with some of the things I can do. But I'll never think I'm good enough to, and that's what keeps me hungry to do it. That's why I have all these silly anatomy books and cartoon books, and I'm always trying to not use reference. So it like forces my brain to imagine what I could do. There's
always another challenge out there. So that's awesome that you're still hungry.
Oh, I'm starving.
Oh man, I could go for some Boston food.
Oh, what, like a nice roast beef? A nice roast beef with sauce and cheese, or like a legit Italian sub from the North End. No big deal.
Need that. So we're at an hour and 30 minutes. So
that's crazy.
I know, isn't it crazy that it goes so fast? Yeah. So let's check it. Should we check out what Matt's doing, or should we?
Yay!
All right,
Harper. Let's see it.
Do this.
See, Matt's so much better at like tuning people out than me. As soon as somebody talks, I'm like, "Oh, a butterfly! What? Yeah. What you have? Question? Oh, wow!
Yeah.
The one mouth is so much better."
Yeah, so he's going, this guy's going to be more suspicious, right, on this side. This guy's going to be more angry. And the hard part is sharing an eye, right?
It really is. I'm finding that very difficult right now.
It's going to be, but this guy, I'm going to figure out some teeth and stuff, but you want to see John's?
Yeah. Look at John already attached one. Oh, nice. And he's got this looking
like
up.
some kind of suspicious monster looking up at the
I love it.
That looks
love
dynamite. Look at the roundness Davis gets in his eyes. Right off the bat, he goes right to like half a tennis ball sticking out of the thing.
I know,
So
he's
cool.
good at that. He's too good at that. I'm going to tell somebody.
It's so, yeah. I every year I'm like, I got to watch you do that. I got to see how you get them so round so fast. Yeah. No, but that's another thing. We're surrounded by really talented artists that are awesome, like really cool people that you can hang out with during the day, and at night you can actually create with. So super duper.
And they're always pushing us. They're always pushing us.
Always. They're so pushy.
Bastards. Well, good luck in Rio Rancho, brother.
Thank you, buddy. I hope you have a great rest of your week. I know you'll have a great rest of your week. That's starting to look
people are awesome.
Insanely good. I can't wait to see the finished product. I'm so happy.
Oh yeah, it is fun.
Well, awesome. And so let's do this. Paul Dever's Customs. This is where you can find him on Instagram. Matt Harper is at Harper Sculpture on Instagram. John Davis, just John Davis on Instagram. We have our great pumpkin carving contest. Check that out.
Yes, start making pumpkins.
Yeah. If you're inspired, we're always inspired every week by everybody that we talk to. You can check it out at carverscreators.com/contest. Use this hashtag and go to the pumpkin artist, and you can also go to Carvers and Creators. Let me actually, you can find us right here: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Guys, Chicago has been amazing. Like I said, I can't wait. I can't wait to be in person. It's going to happen. We're putting it out there right now.
Yes. 20. So we're coming up on 2022, if you can believe it. 2022 is definitely going to be the year where Carvers and Creators is on location somewhere.
Yes.
No matter where it is, it's going to be amazing. We're going to have a great time.
Yeah.
No doubt.
And look at Matt. Matt's got such an audience back there.
He does. Think about that, huh?
Yeah, they're all here to see me. You know, from what I hear.
Yeah, that's last week. I actually told people that enough's enough. Stop calling me Matt Harper. It's annoying. I was like, next week, Matt's here.
So Matt's gonna.
Did you guys hear this? Did you guys hear the story of these few friends already? Okay, so just stay away from anybody who does discount lobotomies, because that's just bad news. Yeah. So this one here, I had a super wide pumpkin, so I had no idea what to do. So I figured he's lying. Some kind of a three-eyed monster. Hey, you know what are you gonna do? Yeah, so he's gonna be kind of a yin and a yang of himself, and very suspicious conjoined twin kind of person.
Do me a favor, just keep saying it's my mother-in-law. It's my mother-in-law.
It's my mother-in-law.
Gets a laugh every time.
Although she only has two eyes. Yeah, so maybe not. And I actually like my mother-in-law, so
We're gonna get you in so much trouble.
I was on a show called Halloween Wars on Food Network, and he was on one called what's his one?
Outrageous
Pumpkins. Another one on Food Network. Yeah.
Oh, it's so funny.
Tons of fun.
The guy you're working on sort of reminds me of Two-Face.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right from Batman. That's right. I'll channel him a little bit.
Well, it's technically is a Two-Face, so I mean,
yeah,
yeah, that's good.
I'm glad you guys are in my ear as opposed to out loud. Thank you.
Oh, this is my favorite part of it all. I had to go through this last week, so
it's this is not the easy part. That's for sure.
Hi, Mom. Thank you. I will.
But anyway.
Oh God, that was so funny.
All right, so we will be back next Thursday for another Carvers and Creators. This has been an awesome 2-week journey into.
Oh, we're doing Wednesday, right?
What's that?
Yeah, Wednesday.
We're gonna do Wednesday night.
Wednesday night. Okay, so Wednesday night, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. Who do we have on, Paul?
I'm gonna let you know. I have a couple of amazing guests on deck. I just gotta make sure. I mean, you guys gotta remember something. This is our Christmas This is the busy time of year, so a lot of people are working right now. So next week's guest might be carving live at an event. We could actually, I have a couple that are might be available to actually do it from home, which would be very nice. We do have to move it up a day because we are completely swamped with commitments to our wonderful audience and clients, and we don't want to do anything that would screw that up. This is our fun time of year, and we want to make sure that we're sharing that with everybody that's interested in having us be part of it, and we want to make sure that we put the show on for you guys. So we're going to move it up a night.
All right. So Wednesday, next Wednesday, not Thursday, Wednesday. Yeah. We'll put it out there if you follow us on Facebook and YouTube. But we'll definitely put it out there. We'll definitely inform you all about it. So Wednesday, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern for another Carvers and Creators. Thank you so much. Thank you to John Davis. Thank you, Matt Harper, for Paul Dever. We are Carvers and Creators, and we'll see you next week. Good night, everyone.
Good night, guys.
Night.